channel. I am the inkednortherner, and today I am going to be putting together my video for the this week I've been mostly playing, where I take some Game Pass games and try to get as many achievements on them as I possibly can. So what I'll do is I'll recap the previous months, the previous week even, as to what I've done, how many achievement score I got, and then I'll discuss the games that I'm going to be doing for the following week. So let's roll some game footage whilst I talk, and yeah, I'll be back after I've recapped. Okay, so to recap my games from this past week, where I've got the gamer score on them. I initially had Tacoma on my list. However, Tacoma moved off Game Pass before I got a chance to play it, and I didn't want to buy it for that price. Also, I did mention I was going to do Pikuniku. However, the music on Pikuniku drove me mental. I probably will eventually go back to it, but for now I decided against it, so I swapped that out for Subnautica. So let's address the kind of the elephant in the room in the game footage that's being shown here. This is from Tell Me Why. Now, I was initially going to run through this because it's 1500 gamer score, but I've decided that I don't want to ruin the story for it, so I am going to just play this, get the achievements for it, but play it at my own pace rather than try to follow a guide or anything like that. So the first game that I actually did the 1000G on, initially I thought it was 1500G, but 500 of it is DLC, and I didn't want to buy the DLC. That first game is Tracks, the trainset game. Now, this was pretty simple to do. I followed a guide. I'll find the guide that I followed to do it and put a link in the description. It took me maybe 1.5 2 hours to do. The hardest bit was when you were positioning resetting your train. Sometimes it would roll out the way and it wouldn't pop. So yeah, I eventually got through that. Next up, we had Untitled Goose Game. Now, for Untitled Goose Game, I got 585 out of the 1000G. The reason being, I've not done the speedrun stuff yet. It's pretty straightforward, but it takes some practice to get it done in the time. Basically, you've got to do each of the areas that you do in Untitled Goose Game before the church bells ring. It takes a bit of time. The third game that I got the 1000G in was What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, if nobody's played this game, I highly recommend that you play this game. It is an excellent sort of first-person puzzle walker. It's very good. The achievements aren't too hard. You get them mainly through playing the story. There are a couple where you've got to redo certain things, but they're pretty straightforward. I did this without actually looking at a guide. I just walked through it and then used the descriptions of the of the achievements to get them. The next game that I did get 1000G on was Subnautica. Subnautica was a bit of a cheat, and I didn't particularly like playing games this way. I followed Maka91, I think he's called. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. I followed his guide, and it involves a lot of the developer console and a lot of codes and a lot of warping. It wasn't my favourite way to play the game. And the other game that was on the list that I haven't actually touched, the reason being I'm going to do a full week where I do all of the games, was The Walking Dead Michonne. So I'm going to do The Walking Dead: A New Frontier, Walking Dead 2, and then Walking Dead Michonne all together. They are story based, so I want to go through the stories, so I'll probably not try to follow a guide. I'll do the stories and work that way. So in total, for this month I got a total of 4,385 games scored, taking me to 82,645. Now 1,145 for that did come from Lego Harry Potter, so I'm not including that. That gives me a grand total of, I should have done the maths first hand, 4,385 minus 1,145. That means I got 3,240 games scored through this week on, I got a couple of the achievements for it, Tell Me Why, but mainly on tracks, What Remains of Edith Finch, Untitled Goose Game, and Subnautica. All of them were pretty simple to do. If you are looking to boost your gamer score, there are plenty of guides out there. True Achievements is pretty good at following through. So that was a recap of the games from last week. Moving on to this week, obviously the Series X comes out and I'm allowed to pick it up from game, which is great. I haven't actually pre-ordered any of the day one titles. I'll probably get Assassin's Creed Valhalla towards the end of the month. So what I'm going to be playing, I've decided to limit it to sort of 4 games. Some of them are longer than others, some of them take a couple of hours to get through, some are maybe an hour to 2. First up we have Wandersong. Now I actually don't know anything about these games, so I'm going into these blind. First up is Wandersong, as I say, that has 1000 G. We then have the Tourist, which again 1000 G. The Gardens Between, 1000 G, and Fractured Minds, again 1000 G. Hopefully they should be relatively straightforward. I'm going to try and do them without following guides. I'm going to check out if there's any missable achievements first, but hopefully not. Again, I don't know anything about these games, so if there is anything that, you know, if any of you guys have played them, hit me up in the with a comment and just let me know what your thoughts are. So yeah, that's the collection of games that I'm going to be playing this week. I'm going to try and carry on playing Tell Me Why. It looks like a very good story. You follow sort of a transgender, a set of twins. One of them is a transgender, has changed from being a girl to a boy-stroke man. The storyline looks pretty good. These twins are sort of intertwined and they can talk to each other kind of telepathically and they share the same thoughts. There are a lot of sort of flashback bits where you've got to remember certain elements. It's one of those story-based games. I'm just looking forward to getting into the story a bit more, and I didn't want to ruin it, so I'll probably carry on playing some of that as well as doing those other 4, and also try to finish off Lego Harry Potter. So yeah, that is pretty much it in a nutshell. I'll be back. I'll release the next video or the update on Monday, a week today. Just talking about what I've done. If I do get through those 4 games pretty quickly, I might pick up something else and add it in as a bonus. So yeah, I hope you guys like the idea behind this. I decided it's a good way for me to get through my backlog, as I say, and also boost my gamer score, which was pretty paltry. So with that, if you've liked the video, please hit it up with a like. If you're not subscribed to my channel and you like the content, please subscribe. I am the Ink Northerner, and I will catch you on the next one.